Hey guys, it's Ghost Queen. So I have something very special to share today. I'm doing a deck walkthrough of a deck that I've had my eye on for a good couple of years now, and I finally was able to get it, and I am so excited. So the name of the deck is Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle. The creator and artist is Terry Foss. And she also employs the help of her daughter Sarah in creating this deck. Now, the only place you can buy this deck is in Terry Foss's Etsy store. You can't find it on Amazon or anywhere else unless somebody's selling it used. The only place you're going to get it is in her Etsy store. So I will put a link in the description. I believe she still has a couple of decks left, so if you're interested in this, I suggest you go snatch it up. I don't know when she will be releasing another run. She, puts out the deck and she'll put out like 50 decks and sell them until they sell out. And then you have to wait until they're released again. So, yeah, this year she did do something a little bit different with the decks. The back is white with the dark moons. Usually it's black with the white moons, so it's a little different this year. And I believe the deck was first published in 2016. And I'm not sure how many times it's been put out. But she did tell me, there were a few different new cards in this deck this year. And she was very pleased with all of her choices and, felt the deck was where it needed to be and she was happy with it. So, I believe it costs $55. Just to tell you a little bit about Terry herself, she's a self-described country girl. She lives in New York State. She grew up in a small town called Rock Tavern. She went to college in New York City. She attended the Fashion Institute of Technology. She majored in graphic design and worked in graphic design. She got married and she decided she wanted to go back to school and went back to school for nursing and became an RN. Then she started having a family. And I don't believe she ever actually worked as an RN, but she has always been interested in art and she's always, painted. And she was painting murals for a time, and then she was selling some of her artwork on eBay for a long time, but eventually she did open her Etsy store. And I think at this time she primarily just sells prints. um, and she did include two prints with the two decks that Wayne and I purchased. This is one of them, and this is the other, and they're just gorgeous. She included these little cards as well. She threw in a couple of little treats and tea bags, and it was a nicely put together package. I was very impressed. Um, yeah, so she is now, I believe, just selling on Etsy, not on eBay any longer. And she describes herself as a goddess, and she's certainly a very talented artist. Um, what a goddess she is. She's left-handed, which I thought was interesting because I have four children. Now, Terry has three grown children. I have four children, and two of my daughters are grown adults. And my eldest daughter, Rosalie, is 27, and she's into mermaids. In fact, one time I bought her a mermaid tarot deck, and there's a couple of mermaid cards in this deck, which I thought were so cool. And then my other daughter, Emily, she is an artist herself. She's a flautist. She was a flute wonderkin as a child. She does hula hooping now, and she's just so multi-talented. She's also an amazing artist. She can draw and paint like you wouldn't believe, and she is also left-handed. So I thought that was just interesting So yeah, now I'm gonna before I do a walk through the deck, let me just show you how it came. The deck came wrapped in this lovely tissue paper. One was in pink tissue paper, the other deck was in blue. As I say, we bought 2 decks, and then it's wrapped in yarn, and it comes in this very nice, simple linen bag, which is nice. I do think I'm going to be keeping it in this purple velvet pouch that Wayne gave me, just because I don't have anything to do with it, and I think the deck will fit in there nicely, and so I'm pretty happy with that. It comes with a guide sheet, not a book, just a sheet, where Terry talks about herself a little bit. She describes a 3-card spread you can use, talks about some phases of the moon, and then, gives some descriptive terms regarding the cards themselves and the words that she puts, the keywords that she puts on the cards. So before I do the walkthrough, I am just going to show you very quickly the size of these cards. They are very large. So I'm showing you them next to a card from the Thoth deck, the large Thoth deck, and then a card from the Rider-Waite. So you can just see, don't mind my stocking feet there, so you can just see how large these cards are. I didn't measure them, but you can see there's quite a big difference. The Thoth deck is the large deck, and these cards are even bigger than that. And then next to the Rider-Waite, you can see there's quite a substantial size difference. So be prepared for that. I don't think these would be, super easy to shuffle in your hand. They're big cards. So I am going to do a little walkthrough here so you can get a look at each of the cards. And I will say this is just such a beautiful deck. As I say, I wanted it for quite a long time, and the reason why I did want it was just because of this amazing artwork. I really think the art is just gorgeous. Now, this is a very feminine deck. It's lovely. It's very effeminate. It's very graceful. It's very ethereal, however you want to pronounce that word. It's very, fanciful. This is a light, fun, pretty deck. So I don't personally feel this would be like the greatest deck for something such as, let's say, shadow work. I think this is an uplifting deck, warm and happy and fun. And so it's a very positive deck. So, that's what you would want to use it for. Now, I am filming in some natural light. I'm right by my windows. We've had incredible storms here the past couple days. Really just huge thunder and lightning storms, pouring down rain. We had some flooding. It's been wild. But these cards they're so pretty, and the colors are so vibrant, and the colors pop. And I just wanted to film in some natural light so you could really get a feel for these cards. The backs of the cards are very matte, while the face of the card is glossy and shiny, which is appropriate. But if you look, you can sort of see, even though, obviously these are not a painting, these are prints of original paintings, you can still see in some of them more than others. You can see the texture of the canvas and the brush strokes even, which is really cool. And I really like even the keywords for the cards. It's a 59 card deck. And yeah, there's a lot of different keywords for doing your divination and working with your intuition to give a reading. I'm wild for this deck. Okay, I really am. Now, being sort of like, I'm more left-hand path than anything else, and kind of a dark goddess gal. So this is appealing to a different side of my nature, of my character. This is appealing to my fun, fanciful, feminine side, and I love it. We have to sort of, I believe we have to indulge sort of all aspects of our character and personality, and this so appeals to my feminine side. It just, as soon as I saw it, it spoke to me, and I had to have this deck, and I've been after it for such a long time now, so I was so excited to finally get it. It's just gorgeous. The colors, I'm really into color. Even though like I wear a lot of black, I'm really into color. It just, color draws me in, and it's like I can really feel color. So I like to paint myself. I don't consider myself to be in the same league as somebody like Terry Foss, but I do like to paint. It's really fun. I used to paint just with oils. I'm starting now to paint with acrylics as something new and fun. And part of the reason why painting appeals to me is just it's color. I just like to play with color. That's it. And lots of it. This is sort of like the Mother of Dragons. I love this one. There just isn't a card in this deck I don't like. I couldn't possibly pick favorites because there are so many cards that are my favorites. I love this deck. So it's very special. I'm really looking forward to working with it. So pretty. This would be a beautiful deck to gift to someone. And here's a new thing that I have never done, and I had never even heard of this before. But I heard that a good thing to do is to put your decks under your pillow and actually sleep with them for up to a month to sort of, sync with your deck. So that your energy can sync with the energy of the deck. And I really like that idea. So I am going to do this with this deck and the decks that I already have and my future decks. And I was told that you should do that every once in a while too with decks that you have. Sort of recharge them, if you will. So yeah, I couldn't have been more thrilled with this deck. Now, I know they do sell out quite quickly, so if you're interested in picking up one of these decks for yourself, I would suggest you get over there and grab one before they sell out. I don't know when she will next put out another run. And I know they're very hard to find. You very rarely do you see anyone selling them used. And it's a pretty well-known deck. A lot of people use them for like special occasions for holidays. And, they'll do a special Beltane reading and use this deck because it is kind of like a fancy special deck. And probably because the cards are so large, you're not going to, this wouldn't be an everyday deck. I mean, certainly you could use it for every day, but if you're really into cards and you're doing readings every day, this would be more of a special deck, I would think. You'd want to take care with the cards and whatnot. There you have it. Oh, man, do I love this deck. It's so beautiful. So that is it. Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle. I do believe she did another Oracle deck called Moon Goddess or something like that. At one point, she put out another Oracle deck. I don't know if she still does that deck too or not. You could always message her and ask her. Like I say, she seems to be very friendly. She has a Facebook page. She's on Instagram. And I will put a link in the description to her Etsy store, as well as I'm going to put a link to a YouTube video that she did that sort of is like a little biography about herself that she gave that you might find enjoyable. But she has just some incredible art, and what a nice lady, and beautiful, beautiful deck. And yeah, I was really impressed. Very, very impressed. I might pick up some more of her prints in the future. And that's it, guys. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned she included these little cards as well. Great to use on an altar. So that is the Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle. Fantastic. Really, really thrilled with it. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Unfortunately, if you are into my paranormal that I do with Wayne, he's been working so much. We haven't done a live stream together in I think it's been 2 months now. So I last weekend decided I was going to start streaming on my own on Saturday nights until such time as he can stream with me. And I did a live stream. I had a fantastic spirit box session. It was awesome. So much communication came through. I was so impressed with the session, and I was planning on annotating it. And Mortis the Wizard came into the chat. We had a fun night, and it was great. Wayne was in there too. He popped in briefly while he was at work, and it was a great session, great night, and I did a stupid thing. I was playing at the start of it. I was sort of not paying attention because I was trying to live stream from my laptop and I was having a problem. So I ended up live streaming from my phone and with an app, and I wasn't paying attention. I had a song playing in the background at the start of the live stream, which was Seven Devils. I love that song. I play it all the time. And I got they took it down for copyright because of the song. And I didn't have a copy because I live streamed from this app. So I lost the whole session, the whole live stream. I was so bummed out because it was such a great session. I was using my Dark Star number 7 with the purple light. So I'm going to do another live stream tonight. Wayne's working day shift, so he will be home this evening, but I think he's going to probably go to sleep pretty early. He's got a 14-hour day. He's going to be exhausted. So I'll probably tuck him into bed and cuddle with him a bit while he dozes off to dreamland, and then do a live stream on my own tomorrow night. Tonight rather, I'm sorry. So if you want to join me for a session this evening and a live stream and a chitty chat hangout, please pop in. And if not, we'll catch you on the flip side. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Be safe, be happy, love one another, be kind. Try to mind your path in the world and make good choices and decisions. And until next time, I bid you adieu.